Hey there, crazy kids. I am the GoodOldGamer, and welcome back to another Minecraft 1.8 Auto Farm Redstone video. Up next here, we have the automated wheat farm. Now, let's go over this here. We've got 3 patches of um, land here for the wheat, as you can see. We've got this much wheat. Generally, it would all be planted here. And as you may notice as well, we have a couple farmers. That's a farmer villager, as you can see, and that's a farmer villager. Now, why do I have farmer villagers in here? Well, because good old Mind Fiend happened to mention to me that farmer villagers will auto plant wheat for you. See all of these seeds sitting here? There, and over there? That's what these guys planted. I did not plant any of those. They did. So while I have a huge wheat farm here, and they're only planting a little bit at a time, really. It's going to take them a while to probably plant the whole thing. They are auto-planting. They are replanting my wheat, which means that technically I don't have to do anything more now, as long as these guys continue to live. Now, if they die, I'm going to have to start planting it on my own or find more farmer villagers. But I thought that was pretty cool. Thanks for the tip there, Mind Fiend. Make good use of it. It actually does work, in case you're wondering. Farmer villagers will auto-plant the fields for you. I think all you got to do is make sure that the fields are tilled with the hoe or whatever. And you can see the little blue bit under each of these glowstones here. That is where I put my water. Originally I had the water out here, kind of in the middle, and the hydration would spread across. But unfortunately, when I let the water go up here to harvest the wheat and stuff, it would get inside the little water in the middle and stop, and it would mess up the water flow. So I had to put the water on the sides, which is fine. I mean, I needed the light from the glowstone anyway, so I used the glowstone to mark the little water spots. And you probably don't need this much water in places, because hydration will go 4 blocks out in any direction. But I just did it for that, just because it looked cool. Whatever. And I made sure that it would stay hydrated and stuff. The reason that some of these aren't tilled is because when these guys go from one level to the next level, sometimes they drop hard enough to break the ground. But that's not such a big deal. Most of the ground is still going to be tilled, so I'm not too worried about it. And let's go back here. Again, we have sticky pistons up here. And again, they are connected to these glowstone blocks down here. And that is holding water, which is underneath the blocks that are right here, underneath the repeaters and the block they're sitting on. There's a thing of water in each one of these. And the repeaters again are running the pistons. I guess I could have used redstone in between on either one in order to save on repeaters, because in survival obviously resources are somewhat finite when it comes to iron and redstone and stuff like that. So you could go with every other one in a survival situation. That would be fine. But I just did that because, you know, creative, and I wasn't really thinking about it, so whatever. And these kind of provide a delay, but it's really, I mean, you don't need these. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and fix these right now. Because as it turns out, I was attempting originally to be able to hit a button and then delay the redstone signal enough to harvest, and I just busted up the harvesting stuff, but whatever. but it wasn't working out, so I ended up going with a lever instead, and then just count about 4 times that this cart travels around, because this cart will travel around here. It'll actually go travel around this side first, go around here, go around here, come back here, take off again, and it'll do it about, you want to watch it do it about 4 times in order to make sure it gets everything, because the water has to travel down there. So you want to make sure it picks up everything. It's a hopper cart, so it's going to pick up everything in its path, which means it's going to pick up all the wheat that gets knocked down here. And then when it returns and stops, when you stop it finally, turn off the power finally, it'll stop here on these hoppers. And obviously this seeds and the eventual wheat will go down there. Now the reason there isn't any wheat in there is because I've done all my testing and stuff before wheat could actually grow. Otherwise it would harvest wheat too. And let's just try it for now. So you turn it on. And I'll get up here for a view. The water's going to knock down all the seeds down there, which is going to make them fall to the ground there. The hopper cart's going to pick them up. And you just let it go around a few times. I'd say about 4 or 5 times. And in a survival situation, you could just watch it from here because it sticks out here. You can just wait 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, we've let it go on a lot longer than that, but then you flip the switch here. It'll shut off the power, and the cart will stop and unload. Now, how did I get to do this? Well, there's a powered rail underneath the cart now. Goes out to here. This is a detector rail again. This detector rail will flip this track here to point over to that one after the cart goes by. So the cart will originally turn here like this, come around here as we've seen. It'll hit the detector and the track will turn towards there, and that'll kick it back there. That means that even on the first try, if you just did that, sent it on its way and turned it off, it would still end up back there on the power deal and stop. Turn it on again, and we'll watch and see the water go down here. That's the first pass, second pass, third pass, and fourth pass. And now you can turn it off. Now, why do I say turn it off after the fourth pass? Well, because the wheat has to travel down the water. Just because the water gets down to this end does not mean all of the wheat is there as soon as the water hits it. It's still going to take a few passes of the cart in order for the water, or in order for the wheat and the seeds to slowly slide down to the end and then drop. And of course I've got this row of bricks here so that these guys won't end up either jumping out, or if I didn't have these blocks here at all, they would just come right off the thing, so I need to keep them in there. So that's why that's there. And that's pretty much it. Nothing much to it, really. Then, of course, if you want, you could use those stairs here from the power to come over here and to drop down in here and plant the wheat yourself if you've got enough seeds going. But like I said, you could just wait for these guys to plant it for you, because they will. These farmer villagers. Make sure that you have farmer villagers, because the other villagers will not plant the wheat. Only the farmer villagers will. So be sure you get those guys. That's pretty much about it, I guess. It's nothing too tricky. And like I said, you could have this as short or as long as you would like it. Just keep extending it if you want even more. Probably don't need a farm any bigger than this unless you get a few more farmer villagers. This is probably too big for them as it is anyway. But yeah, there you go. And we can just fix these here. This row right here is probably the most likely to get damaged from these guys because when the water's going, they're going to be pushed back here to the wall, and then they're going to be jumping up and down. And when the water disappears, they're probably going to land hard on the ground. So this row here is most likely to get damaged, but it's also close enough that you can fix it from out here if you wanted to. So yeah. Obviously, in one of these areas, you would have a trap door here, so you could get up here and then flip the switch so these guys can't get over there. And then it would, well, I was going to say it would allow you to get down there, but it doesn't look like it will. So whatever. Get down there without breaking the thing, but I guess it won't. You could have it over here instead, maybe? And then just walk there and flip it over. That'd probably work the best. Although this is probably going to mess with the water flow. So never mind. You're going to want it out here where it's not going to mess with the water flow. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, there you go. And actually, another reason that this is probably one of the better spots for it is because, like you see there with these spots here, along the edges here is where the villagers might end up landing and destroying the ground anyway. So you're not really out anything if that gets destroyed there by the villagers or whatever. Because it'll probably happen anyway. And then of course to get there from a survival standpoint, you would just do that. A single block there and you can get there. Alright, so I guess that's going to do it for now, boys and girls. I am the Good Old Gamer. If you've got any questions on this farm, or obviously any of these other farms that I have made, let me know in the comments below. Look at how many squids in there. It's a bit ridiculous. Yeah, let me know. Any comments, suggestions, thoughts, whatever. I think this is about it. The only other farms I think I can make now are automated melon and pumpkin farms, which would probably be the same thing, an automated melon and pumpkin farm in the same setup, since they're both relatively the same thing. I think I'll do that, and then that'll probably conclude this series, because I'm not sure what else I could actually make in terms of a farm. So the melon and pumpkin farm will be the next video, possibly the last one in this series, and then after that, if I don't come up with something else to auto farm, I guess I'll continue on with an actual Minecraft survival Let's Play series and make these farms, at least one of them, the chicken, the automated chicken cooker farm, probably this design over here. Wow, look at how many chickens are in there. I should do something about that. Think I got enough chickens in there, guys? I think in this design, when I make it in survival, I think I'm going to have to include a piston that crushes these guys at the end of it. Because even with the setup I have here, there's still a ton of chickens that don't go get burned, so that's another addition I'll have to put on in the survival series. But whatever. Anyways, like I said, melon and pumpkin farm coming up, and then after that, I think I'll pretty much be done. So look forward to one more video in this series, maybe two if I can come up with something else. And after that, I guess I'll get going with my survival Let's Play series and make the auto chicken cooker my goal for that series, as well as possibly one or more of these farms, depending on the resources and time and all of that it might take to actually make in that series. So yeah, I'm really liking the whole automated farm thing, by the way. I don't know, there's just something about it. I like the whole concept of having just the game give me resources the whole time once you get it. Because I figure once you get one of these things to set up in survival, after you get all the resources and stuff it takes to set up one of these damn things, you pretty much earn the right to have automated sugarcane or wheat or cactus or squid or whatever. You pretty much earn that, you know? If you can go through all of the effort of setting something like this up and get all the iron required for all of these hoppers and all the redstone for this and the piston stuff, if you can get all of that, by the time you actually do get all of that, you pretty much earned your automated chicken cooking stuff. I think, anyway. Anyways, yeah. Stay tuned for one or two more videos in this series, and then on to the Let's Play Survival World. Bye-bye for now, and thanks for watching.